Queenette was a banker who had so many, deals to seal and all of that. She was actually in the marketing unit, so she didn't pay attention to her children. After watching this video, you would understand why it is very good to be a deliberate parent. She didn't pay attention to her children. She came back very late. The earliest she had come back to her house is 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. So she tried her best to see if she could fit into the children's, lives, but she couldn't. And her husband also was a very busy man, so they never paid attention to their children. So one fateful day, the girl who lived with them decided to introduce them to a very dirty habit that their mother was too ashamed to talk about. So when all that went on, the girl complained that she was feeling waist pain. And when the mother took her for examination, she discovered that her daughter had been abused. And the doctor, asked the woman who stays with these children. And they opened up to say that their house help stays with the children. And when they asked them, how well do you know your house help? They said she had been with them for a couple of years. And how often do you spend time with your children? And the wife responded that she closes, the earliest is 8 p.m., while the husband is hardly around. So this girl introduced these children into something that is very, very embarrassing, painful, an experience that the parents lived to regret. She was, practicing some kind of bad things with these children. She got a dildo. She did so many things trying to introduce these children to this lifestyle, but their parents trusted their house help, or should we call her a nanny, and left them to the care of, they left their care to this girl. And each time she did something to them, she would tell them that she was going to buy something for them. They shouldn't tell their parents. But when that girl started complaining of severe waist pain where she couldn't sit, they took her to the hospital, and the doctor decided to do a transvaginal scan on her. As they did a transvaginal scan, they discovered that ball-like stuff that is inside a roll-on inside her body. So they tried as much as they could to remove it from her body, meaning that that's all what the girl has been doing to these children. And when they called the girl and asked her why she decided to do that to the children, she said because they don't allow her to go out. Everything she needed was in the house. She never visits her boyfriend, so she decided to practice that kind of a thing on people's children. And that has made the children to even start having some kind of, wrong mindset towards each other. And that went on until the mother took the child to the hospital. And they came back and asked the girl. At first, their intention was to lock the girl up. On the second thought, they decided that they should allow the girl go, but they should not allow her walk in that area anymore. And when she decided to leave, what they did was to check her bags. Most times, because we feel we are too caring, when people live in our houses, we don't even do due diligence to check their bags. We just feel it's okay, they can go. But when she took her bag, they discovered that she checked her bag. They discovered that she had a phone where she took nude pictures of these children, herself and the boy, because they had two children, a boy and a girl. And it was so funny that this boy and the sister were doing some kind of things even after the girl left. It was horrible. They took them to, they went to seek help. They went for therapy, and it didn't seem to work out for the parents. So the mother and father decided who would have to be at home with these children. Either the woman will resign, or the man will resign. But when they looked at it, the woman was earning about 950,000 naira a month, while her husband was earning about 350 a month. And he's hardly around because he travels a lot. But that is his take home, 350, while the wife was already a senior marketing officer in the banking sector, and she earns about 950. That is her take home. So they now began to talk to, she decided to take leave from office, and the husband did same, while they could clear their head to think of the way forward. So when they did that, the wife, decided to ask the husband to support her so that she will continue while he resigns. And the husband said no. So family members started intruding into the matter, and it became a very big issue. Now it went off from what they were trying to get help for their children to whose parents will have to resign to stay home and take care of these children. And it became a problem. The next thing, the wife was also already threatening that instead of her to resign, she will leave the marriage, that she will not be able to survive with 350,000 as the sole salary or sole income that comes into their family. So at the end of the day, the husband decided that he was going to get another nanny. And when he decided that, the wife said no, he shouldn't get another nanny, that he can try to manage it. So the girl decided to tell the mother that she wants to go to a boarding school, but that they should separate them. They should take the brother to a different school while she will be in a different school, because they've already committed incest, and that was making them not to concentrate, and they couldn't stay by themselves without trying out things that were ungodly and a shameful thing to their family. The mother was so ashamed. So when the daughter suggested that she would go to a boarding school, the mother thought that was a better option, so that herself and the husband can look for more money. So one day, a lady in their neighborhood came to visit, and as they got talking during this period, they had already taken their leave and they were at home. And she, laid some complaint and discussed with the woman. The woman advised her that she could discuss with her boss right now that she has, gotten to that, height in her profession, so that at least she can be coming home at the time the children are coming home. And she responded by saying that 4 p.m. is when the children come back, and it's very, very, difficult to get a boss in the banking sector who will make you come back home at that point time. So she would push for 5 p.m. to see if they will allow her. So she went, saw her boss, and they granted her the 5 p.m. She was able to tell her boss a bit of what has happened, especially for the fact that the daughter had to go through a major surgery for them to remove that stuff from her body. It was not a pleasant experience. And then the woman was telling her neighbor everything that happened, but did not mention some of those things. So the lady advised her and told her that, would you rather lose your family and, just so that you can get career and become a career woman, or you would take care of the children God has blessed you with? She decided not to put them in a boarding school. The husband eventually resigned and started taking care of the home front. And when he did that, they took the children for counseling. They counseled them, and everything was fine. They got better. Their grades improved. Their father now started doing a business within the house. He started, creating some. He was now transcribing and on different websites, and they were paying him. And that was how he was using that to support the home as a father, which is very difficult actually to ask a man to resign. But when they sat down and looked at the, the financial calculations and everything, they saw that with the economic situation, it were better for the man to resign, because the wife was making almost 3 times his salary in a month. It was wise for the children to remain in the school they are, because if they stay on 350, they will not be able to even afford their house rent or pay their children's school fee. and they both agreed, and today they turned out a better family.